Leaders serve their first teams first. Leaders serve their first teams and then they let them do their job. Leaders who work with the ideal of connecting with every employee, who have a belief in instructional leadership and want to jump in and model learning, may actually have their priorities wrong. The bigger your staff, the more strategic you need to be. Working with wisdom. Building capacity. Absolutely, if your workplace is smaller, your team is more intimate, you can be that person in the classroom touching base with teams and connecting with students. But it is time for a reality check. There's learning for everyone here. Everyone has their job, their role, their delegations and their responsibilities. Teachers and leaders alike enjoy autonomy, worthy work, where people feel purposeful and resourceful and can make a difference, where they can empower people and feel empowered. Empowered teams are strong and impactful teams. No, they take a different type of leadership to lead these teams and a different way of managing. Is your leadership empowering your team? Just look at some of those words. Are you coaching and delegating and then letting people get on with what they need to do? Or are you stepping in and over and interfering? Are you getting into everyone else's work? Step back. Leave your people to do their work, to do their job. Stay in your lane. Your first job is to serve your first team. Yes, you have emails to answer, people, further up the food chain to be accountable to, and responsibility for stakeholders, students, staff, parents, government, owners. But your job isn't to serve each of them. Your job as the leader is to make sure your first team is the best performing team that they can be. If you support and develop them to be highly functioning as a team and in their individual work, you are doing your job. If you're the big boss, it's your VPs, it's your heads of school, it's your team leaders. If you're that head of school, it's your grade level leaders, your team leaders. It's those people that become your first team. You serve them because you are measured by their work. If you're stepping over and stepping in, it could be timely to look at your work in building capacity. Results come through the impactful and purposeful work of your team. The ripple effect begins. It's a cascade. Your first team, who are they? They're your direct reports, the people who you work closely with. This could be your leadership team, but remember, it's the others too. If there are challenges in identifying your first team, go back to your organisational chart. Who works where? Who is responsible for what? Who works with whom? Is everyone clear in their role, and does everyone know their responsibilities? Say it again and again and again. Are lines of delegation clear, and do people know it? Does everyone know their limitations of authority? What decisions can they make and not make? And do people know who they line manage, who they care for, and who they need to make the closest connections with? And then do you let them? Do you let them do their job? Do you let them make those connections with that team? And are you connecting with your team? Go back to the article and read Teaching Smart People How to Learn, Chris Argyris, and the links in the written blurb there. Are you building capacity? Have you done everything to make your team successful? What could you have done differently? Are you serving that team first? Develop them. Argyris asks us to look within before we look out, and then the next job is to teach our leaders to do the same. Elements of servant leadership permeate here. Ultimately, if we can trust our teams in daring environments, where innovation is recognised, where communication is strong and conflict is valued, we get commitment. From commitment comes accountability and results, and teams that challenge each other's practice. At this point, the results happen, but you need all of those things to make it work. Lead your team, and then let them lead their team. Work wisely.